1586, good luck, we get white for this one, so knight f3 as per usual. Our opponent, 4,000 games of rapid, that's a lot more than we've done, just over 1,100 games. So somebody who's very experienced in rapid chess. Got another 10 seconds to make the first move there. Goes with e6. I'll just click the heater off it. Got my little desk heater there, but it's actually fine to do. Yeah, let's go d4. He goes d5. So what do we want to do? I'm just going to bring the bishop out, I think. And then maybe go for a London structure for this game. Let's go c3 and maybe e3. Slow and steady does it. I could bring the knight out first. Do I want to do that? I've got knight up to challenge this. It takes, but I think I'll just develop here and maybe play e4. Okay, he's played knight up, so I like the idea of e4 here. Just a challenge for the centre ground whilst we can. We might not get another chance to. My bishop's got options to retreat if needed. If takes, we'll take with the knight. It creates a temporary threat, but it's very easy to guard, of course. Now this might allow us to push on. I guess we could capture, but I like the idea of having the advanced pawn. It does give him this, but it's got to be good to advance here. I guess we just develop the bishop. And then potentially get rid of the knight. Just look to castle. Opponent probably do the same thing. Looks fine. Okay, the knight just retreats there. Is he going to castle this side or is he going to launch an attack? He does indeed castle. So how do we want to do this? I probably want something like this, don't we? So let's move the rook across and prepare to shift the knight. Come this side. Just make sure the bishop can retreat. I don't think there's a big benefit to going here. So I'm going to maybe line up queen in here to try and remove the bishop. So let's step up here. We're just trying to remove this defending bishop if possible. So he's played that knight back forward again. So he covers this square, but it gives us the option to take. I assume he goes this way. I'm quite happy taking there to try and disturb this pawn structure. So if we go here now, he's got bishop takes, he's fine, right? So let's just stick to that plan. Do I want to go here first and kick the queen and encourage f6 though? Do I want to do that? So bishop off f6, trade, 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 trade. It opens things up, but if you do this, you might end up doing this and restrict your bishop. It depends where our opponent's actually wanting to go. I think I'm going to do that actually. I'll go here first before I go here. Just see if he does f6. Oh, he just drops the knight back. Okay, I didn't expect that. So what about coming in this way then? Here, I guess you're just going to defend. No, I'm just going to still go here and remove the bishop. I maybe just wasted a move there. It is what it is. We're a minute down on the clock again, but not to worry. I'm just trying to remove this defending bishop and then redeploy our knights and try and maybe play something like b3, c4 and chip away at the pawn structure somewhere. He's played bishop up. Okay, let's get rid of that bishop then. Now, knight up is a move for one move. It gives him a decent structure though, doesn't it? But gets rid of the bishop. I think I'm going to stick to this idea though. Maybe try and chip away at this position here. We've still got a potential. So here now, takes, pawn takes. Let's play rook across first, maybe knight up. He's got a lot of material here, hasn't he? So takes. We still can't take back. So let's develop our knight. If he kicks us back, we can always drop back. Problem is, if I push here and he comes down, if we take, he can take us and he attacks our queen. So that's a problem. So I've got to be careful here. He might do this and we might just have to drop back anywhere. Then at least we target the pawn. Okay, so he's found a good move there. If we push, you can trade. It is still covered. It's probably actually quite good. Otherwise, maybe knight up here to hit the bishop. Now, that might be better, but my queen's then no longer guarded. Knight here. If we take, it looks like a nice structure, but then we can maybe chip away here. But I can't if I do b4. What do I do? I can either just push forward, say trade, and trust we're going to break through. Or I can maybe go this side I'm looking at, or here. Knight up. Knight up. No, I'm not convinced. I think I'm going to push here. I'm going to push here. I'll pre-move in case he takes. Spent a lot of time. I had a minute and a half now, so I'll have to play the second half quicker than the first half. So if he takes, I'll just take back. The trouble is, now that the queen's off, it's a little bit easier for the game to be played for our opponent, and hopefully for ourselves as well, but for our opponent as well. If he takes here, I'd go the knight. I don't think he will this time. Indeed, he doesn't. So can we push? Takes looks very nice, doesn't it? The knight covers the square. We get a nice strong centre. The rook covers the rook. Then the bishop will have to jump somewhere, but it looks fine. We're getting our pawns advanced. They could become loose. They could become lost. So he's played bishop back. So any benefit to pushing? I don't see it. So what about going bold with f4 then? Let's go bold with f4 and try and bring the king up. So he attacks our pawn. It is currently protected. So I think I'm going to bring the king up. Yeah, this could get lost very easily, couldn't it? I guess I could just shove it along and create a connect 5. But then that opens up the scope for his bishop. So how do I break through otherwise? Maybe knight here, knight here. He's played across. Do I want knight this way instead than here? Or do I go here, here? I think I go here. I'm not going to do anything much on that side, so it gives me the option of 2 squares here. My rook still covers. But we're threatening knight forward to hit the bishop. He's fine, he can run away. But it's just a basic threat. We mustn't lose focus of these pawns as well. That could be a bit problematic. Okay, he does indeed launch this. It could be problematic, couldn't it? What do we do? I was intending knight in to hit the bishop. Now, I guess you drop back, and if you do, we might have pawn here is what I'm looking at. I wonder if that works, but I can't burn too much time calculating. I think he probably needs to come this way, and he's found it. So I think he's fine. So what if I go here or here then? Here takes, we get a check, then we can maybe go here. And if he doesn't take, we can start marching, right? I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here. If he takes, I've got check, and I think knight in, hit the rook and the bishop. Again, he can defend it, but I've got to take chances here. If he goes here, though, I've got a nice, strong, powerful pawn set. That's what I'm kind of banking on a little bit. I can even check here, across, maybe start to push, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's come forward, okay. So I've got a check here. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook across. He's probably fine. Oh, I can go here, and if he takes... No, I don't have the follow-up, do I? I need to be here. So what if I go here first? It looks nice to me, actually, that. Push the pawn and hit the knight. He can't take that with a king. He could with a pawn, but does he give up a piece for 2 pawns? He might do. Now I've got check and maybe here. So let's get the knight active with a check and maybe here, or maybe march on. We'll try and figure it out. So he's gone back. So we've got knight here to hit 2 rooks. If he takes here, we take anywhere. So that looks like a nice move. We can also push here and attack and try and push here. So it might be better to ignore that, but down on the clock. And if I go here, he's maybe got bishop back at some point. Yeah, let's just keep it simple and go here and hit the 2 rooks. So he's taken, so I'll take back. He attacks our knight. So do we come back? Do we go here? Does it matter? Probably. I think I can push here actually, because he can't take for this move because we just push on. But here, takes, rook takes, and then we guard. Let's push on there. So what's he taken here? So we'll take. Oh, he's taken, so now we take, right? We just got to deal with these. We're attacking the rook though. So he's come across, so we've maybe got rook up here threatening a discovered check. And what's he got? King here. It must be good to go here. Then we can always come across and guard, but we're threatening some sort of discovered check. Like maybe knight here and then a mate threat. Or has he just allowed it? He might have wanted to allow it, I guess, but that's a checkmate, isn't it? Yeah, here, and it's just checkmate. It's a little bit unlucky there. He's a bit unfortunate. That was a decent game, though, wasn't it? That was a decent game. So let's see what it was in engine speak. 37 moves. They're the move times for both players. Let's analyse it. See, Queen's Pawn game, the London system. That's what we played there. Oh, we've got blips here. So we're worse. We're better out of the opening, and then we blundered it away. Then we're better again. +4, and then back to +0.9. So we blundered a few times. 87, 82 on the accuracy, but we've got things to learn. But see, nothing being flagged for either player really in all these opening moves. Prefers knight to f6 as opposed to e7. So we played all these moves pretty well. So we see +2.5 now, but our opponent's not particularly going wrong. Engine prefers us to be bolder with h4 instead of taking. And it just starts to come more back to level now as it simplifies a bit. So what should we do here? Yeah, we should have brought the knight here. I was looking at here, but I didn't see the immediate follow-up move. But I should have done that. Excuse me. And I should have done it there as well. Then here, I shouldn't have played c4 for the queen trade. That was one of my blunders. That's actually swung it the other side. Good for our opponent to trade. And black is better in this position, but now it's back to level after this next move. Should have pushed here to kick the knight. And then what do? I guess we drop back somewhere. Not much else that we could do, to be fair. But with that, it's back to level. And we're level or better for the rest of the game now. But yeah, it's still only level this position. So if these pawns end up being lost, we could be worse. You need to ignore it and play f4 there. And now it's +2.6. f4 was good. King up was good. So was knight across and knight c5. But e6 was indeed a blunder. I should have played d6. I calculated it wrong. d6 was the right move to hit the knight immediately. e6 is a blunder, and it's back to 0.9. That was my second blunder of the game. The right move was knight the way back to g8. And then it's just quickly turned after this blunder, hasn't it? We've then pushed on. Yeah, he had to take here and give up the knight for 2 pawns, or try and get the 2 pawns for the knight. And now it's +6, and we jump in. So it was good to go to b6, take back. Oh, and here I should have just played the more clinical rook up here. Take, we queen, take, we queen. Can't really stop it otherwise. Bishop takes, we just take the rook. So rook to c8 was the more clinical move. +8 to +5.5, but it's still winning. And here we take, we create a pin. And then here our opponent has resigned when, yeah, it's going to be just a nice checkmate here. Should have played b3, but it's still going to be a mate here. Here, you got to go back, and then it's just checkmate. But still a decent game at our level, and considering the rating gap there, that's not a bad effort, is it? So well done.